Our state's oldest town is playing host to a stream of visitors in celebration of its 300th birthday. During this particular week in September, school groups from all over the area have arrived in Bath to take part in a hands-on history lesson. History is indeed the heart and soul of this charming town, which can lay claim to a string of fascinating firsts. Bath is the oldest town in North Carolina, home to the first library established in the colonies, and the oldest church in the state, St. Thomas Church, built in 1734.
My daughters were the 5th generation to grow up within 100 yards here on Bath Creek. Growing up, it was exactly like people picture small towns. Everyone knew everyone, everyone corrected each other's children, everyone kept an eye on each other's children. So growing up here would exactly be what most people picture growing up in Mayberry.
For the year-long birthday celebration, Bath has made a special effort for school groups. All over town, children can find evidence of what colonial life would have been like.
You're just going to have to stay here and help us now.
I wouldn't mind this.
Do this by just putting the edge on the outside of the anvil and just tapping it down. See if we can get him this time.
The periauger crew uses the boat's sails to demonstrate the importance of teamwork, especially as it relates to handling a sailboat.
All right, work together as a team. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Now down. Oh, much better.
And no celebration would be complete without a parade, which is presented this day by the local school children. Of course, proper attire is required for such an occasion. Blackbeard himself puts in an appearance this year. As the town's most infamous former resident, he graciously poses for a few pictures. Between sword fights.
She got me in the end.
The noisiest event has to be the mock pirate attack, staged by several boat crews. This day, the town was ably defended by a group of brave women wielding cookpots and brooms. The charm of Bath is not just evident in the birthday celebrations. Any visitor notices right away, this place is special.
We're not really a commercial town. You don't see the golden arches and you don't see big supermarkets or department stores or whatnot. This is a people-friendly town. You can walk on the streets and you can't get lost because it's, you can walk all the way around.
The circumstances of geography gave Bath its early start. Both explorers and settlers found that what is now the central town area was ideally situated.
Number one was the access to it by water that would handle large boats, cargo ships coming in at that time several hundred years ago. The other reason was the height of the land here. You can see that as you drive through the town, the streets are considerably higher than the water.
Bath's history lives again at several of the colonial-era houses that have been restored for public tours.
We call it the Palmer Marsh House today because Colonel Robert Palmer, who was the customs collector of the Port of Bath and Surveyor General of the colony, in the late 1700s, Jonathan Marsh, who was also a merchant, started renting the home, and his family lived in the house for about 120 years. In the 1920s, this was a hotel boarding house. Edna Ferber stayed here while doing research for Showboat because there was a floating theater that came into the town.
Bath has remained small in part because there is only so much space on the peninsula it occupies. But early in its history, legend has it that a traveling minister put a curse on the town, declaring that it would fail to grow. If so, that curse has perhaps turned into a blessing, and the town has done its part to keep small size one of its biggest assets.
We have allowed development in our community, but we have allowed development that has not harmed the historic character and the natural beauty and just the quaintness of our town. And for anyone not to come across the bridge and to see this creek that we're sitting on today and to see welcoming people in our town, I think for people to come to a town like that and not see something that they enjoy, I think they're misguided people.